Good morning, class 12th. Welcome to economics class. Children, in the last class, you know that we have started chapter number 4, that was elasticity of demand. So, children, today we'll continue with that chapter and we'll be taking the next topic of that chapter, that is methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. Before starting to that topic, let's do the revision of price elasticity of demand. What price elasticity exactly means? Price elasticity of demand measures how responsiveness consumers are to the price change. That is, elasticity is another word for responsiveness. This I told you in the last class also. Children, price elasticity of demand is equals to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. I told you that whatever is the reason, that becomes the denominator, and on which we are measuring the variable, the variable which we are finding it out should be the numerator. So similarly here we have discussed about the price elasticity in the last class also, and you know about all the 5 degrees also, and the degrees were ep is equal to infinite, ep is equals to 0, ep greater than 1, ep less than 1, and ep is equal to 1. Yes, perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic, relatively inelastic, and unitary elastic. So children, we need to find out all these 5 degrees with the help of demand schedule or demand curve. So to measure these elasticity, there are 3 methods which can be used. So methods of measurement of price elasticity. Children, the very first method is percentage method, which is also known as proportionate method. The second method is total outlay method, which is also known as expenditure method. And the last is geometric method, which is also known as point method. Children, this is a very important part of this chapter, that methods of measuring elasticity of demand. One or the other way, question can be asked on the basis of all these 3 methods. So children, listen very carefully. I'll be discussing all these 3 methods in detail. So coming to the first method, that is percentage or proportionate method. Children, you know that law of demand is based on the 2 concepts, basically the price and quantity demanded. That only here we need to consider. So similarly, for measuring elasticity with the percentage method or proportionate method, the formula will be percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. You can say percentage or you can say proportionate. So in the slide it is written proportionate change in the quantity demanded divided by proportionate change in price. Children, don't forget that price will be the numerator, because price is the reason. So reasons comes in the denominator, and the variable which is being calculated, it comes at the numerator, right? So first method, that is percentage method. Children, in this method, price elasticity of demand is measured by ratio of percentage change in quantity demanded to the percentage change in the price of the commodity. Therefore, the formula, as I told you, that becomes percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Children, when we talk about the percentage method, this method was given by Marshall, and he offered this method only to measure the elasticity. Formula again you can see, and as I told you in the last class also, that for the elasticity of demand you can use the variable ED or EP. So the formula is percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. Now, how to calculate that? Children, when you will be using this formula, this can be numerically verified or mathematically written as ED is equals to delta Q by Q into 100 divided by delta P by P into 100. Children, delta here means change. So, delta Q stands for change in quantity demanded, delta P stands for change in price, and P is the initial or the base price, and the Q is the initial or base quantity. So therefore the formula is delta Q by delta P into P by Q. You can see this, it is written in the slide. Right children? So this method is basically to measure elasticity on the demand schedule. So let's take one example. Suppose if in the question original quantity is given to you. So whatever the first quantity is given to you, that becomes the original quantity, and that is denoted by Q, right? Now, they will be giving you original quantity, they will be giving you original price. Suppose the original price, whatever will be given to you, whatever the first price is given to you, in fact, that will be the original price, and it will be denoted by P. In the question, when you'll be finding out the fall in quantity is there, so whatever fall in quantity is there, that will be the change, that will be, if it is quantity, that will be denoted by delta Q. If that change is of price, then it will be denoted by delta P. And whatever new and the next quantity is given to you, that will be Q1. So it is written new quantity is Q1. And new price, whatever the second price will be given to you, that will be called new price, and it is denoted by P1. Right? So you'll be finding out all these variables. First you'll be finding out delta Q, then you'll be finding out delta P, then you'll be finding out Q, then you'll be finding out P, then you'll be finding out Q1, and then you'll be finding out P1. Suppose in this question I have taken original quantity 25, original price as 4. Fall in the quantity is of -5. Why -5? Because price must have fall. Suppose from 25 to 20. So the fall is of 5. Yes. So rise in the price is 1 and new quantity is 20 and the new price is 5. You are being asked to calculate elasticity of demand. So how you will be calculating it? You will be using the same formula. ED is equals to delta Q by delta P into P by Q. So delta Q will be -5. Delta P is 1. P is 4 and Q is 25. So when you will be solving this equation, you will be getting a answer called -0.8. You can ignore this negative sign because this negative sign only expresses the relationship between price and quantity demanded, and as you know that the relation between price and quantity demanded is negative. So you can even ignore this negative sign. So the answer will be 0.8. Now children, you know 0.8 is less than 1. So here the elasticity will be less than 1. And what was the name of that elasticity? Whenever we get elasticity less than 1, we say that it is inelastic demand. Right? I have told you this in the last class also, all the degrees I told you. Okay children, so this numerical is clear. You will be doing many more numericals like this. Fine, I'll be giving you the worksheet, in that you can practice. Coming to the second method, that is expenditure method. Children, expenditure method is also known as outlay method. So it is written, by comparing the total expenditure of the purchaser both before and after the change in the price, it can be known whether his demand for the good is elastic, unity or less elastic. Why we are using here 3 degrees? Because expenditure method do not talk about perfectly elastic or perfectly inelastic demand. This method is only useful when we want to calculate only 3 degrees. That is ED equal to 1, ED greater than 1 or ED less than 1. That is either elastic, either inelastic or unitary elastic. The cases of perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic cannot be calculated by this method. And children, mind you that this method is also known as total outlay method. It is written, total outlay is the price multiplied by the quantity of the good purchased. Total outlay means expenditure. And how you can calculate the expenditure? You can calculate expenditure by using the formula price into quantity demanded. Fine. So I'll be telling you this method also in detail. Now see, you can see a slide there. It is given ED is equal to 1 minus change in expenditure divided by change in price. So ED stands for elasticity of demand. Delta expenditure means change in expenditure, and X means initial demand. Delta P means change in demand. Suppose children, a schedule is given to you. In the schedule, you know there were 2 columns, price and quantity demanded. Suppose the price is given to you like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the quantity demanded is given to you because price is falling, definitely quantity demanded will increase. Suppose a quantity demanded is given to you like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now first thing, if you are calculating elasticity with expenditure method, first of all what you will do? You will find out total outlay, that is total expenditure. And how you will be calculating total expenditure? You will be multiplying the price into quantity demanded. Simply, now see how. Price was 10, quantity is 1. So answer will be 10 into 1, that is 10. Yes, and the price is suppose 9, the quantity is 2. So 9 into 2 comes 18. Right. In the same way, you will be calculating all the column of expenditure, and that is all the expenditure at different possible prices. As I have calculated this in this slide, you can see. Right, fine. Total expenditure is given to you like 10, 18, 24, 28, 30, 30, 28, 24, 18 and 10. Okay children, I have used only that formula, that is price into quantity demanded. You will be getting total expenditure. Now when you have got all the 3 columns, 2 were given to you in the question, third you have calculated. Now you need to compare only the column of price and expenditure. No need to consider about demand here. Expenditure method only depends upon two things, that is the price and the total expenditure. You can see that in the formula. Fine. So price and expenditure we need to compare, and in this is very easy. In this you just need to do the comparison. Suppose price of the commodity is declining. Suppose the price of the commodity is continuously declining, as you can see, and expenditure here is increasing, because when price comes from 10 to 9 and 9 to 8 and 8 to 7, expenditure is continuously increasing from 10 to 18, then 24, then 28, then 30. So till 30 you can find the first degree, that is ED greater than 1. Again, ED greater than means what? Elastic demand. Now, you will be comparing price and total expenditure. Why degree here will be ED greater than 1? Because there is inverse relationship between price and total expenditure. Children, you will be comparing only two columns, price and total expenditure. You will ignore the middle column, that is demands column. You won't be considering it. Fine. So you will be comparing only price and expenditure, and suppose if you are finding a negative relationship between price and expenditure, then degree will be greater than 1. So ED here will be greater than 1, means elastic demand. Fine. Now you can see when price is 6 and when price falls to 5, the expenditure remains the same, that is 30 and 30. Right? So here you can see that price is falling, still expenditure is same. So degree will be ED equal to 1, means unitary elastic. Right, children? So we are just comparing price and expenditure. Coming to the third degree, as I told you that we can find 3 degrees only. So ED greater than 1 is done, ED equal to 1 is done. Now which is left? ED less than 1, right? So ED less than 1 will be definitely opposite of ED greater than 1, and in ED greater than 1 I have told you that there is a negative relationship between price and expenditure. So in ED less than 1, definitely there will be a positive relationship between price and expenditure. Now you can see price is continuously falling, but still the expenditure is also falling. There it was, price was falling and expenditure was increasing in ED greater than 1. But here in ED less than 1, price is continuously falling and expenditure is also falling. You can say that there is a positive relationship. So whenever there is a positive relationship between price and expenditure, ED will be less than 1. And ED less than 1 means what? Yes, inelastic demand. Right, children? So coming up to the summary of this method, that is whenever price increases or decreases, if expenditure is constant, elasticity will be equal to 1. If price increases or decreases, and if price is increasing, expenditure is decreasing, and if price is decreasing and expenditure is increasing, that is negative relationship, is you are finding a negative relationship between these two, then ED will be greater than 1. And suppose if you are finding a positive relationship, that is when price is increasing, expenditure is also increasing, and price is decreasing, expenditure is also decreasing, then elasticity will be less than 1. So in this case you can find all the 3 degrees of elasticity. The first is unitary elastic here, second is ED greater than 1, and ED greater than 1 means elastic demand, and the last is ED less than 1, that is inelastic demand. Right, children?